Hi, this is Chaz Palminteri, and if you're thinking about getting your eyes done, the only person to see is Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada. I flew all the way from New York to be here, and Dr. Rothman did my eyes. And all I could say is, it's a miracle. I could see. You see Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada.
From the Strip in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pub Crawl, where each week we struggle to recall our adventures in and around Las Vegas, giving a unique perspective on the best places to tear it up in the entertainment capital of the world. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Alicia and David.
And welcome to Pub Crawl, the best source of Vegas-y drinking goodness. I'm Alicia.
We got haircuts. I just noticed, I'm looking at it like, hey, look at us with haircuts. I didn't get a haircut. I got a hair dye.
Oh,
you got a haircut.
You look fluffy.
Dang it. I'm David. Yeah, I know. I noticed that too. It's like, look how fluffy I am.
You look clean.
You know what? Our boy at the bunkhouse always has kind of wettish hair, and we should talk about that when we get to that part of the show.
Wettish hair?
Yeah, wettish hair.
Okay. It must be product.
Yes. But first, before we get into anything, live studio audience!
Welcome always the live chat room. I thought I heard a boo.
Boo in the chat room. No.
Yay to the chat room.
But coming up on the show, we go to the old punk rock Old West. Believe it or not, and just down south of the border.
Sounds exciting.
So before we can do that though, let's have a nice cocktail for Cocktail of the Week.
Let's go.
We're doing an old classic cocktail today.
Yep.
You know what's funny? When you hear the name of this, you're like, didn't Fred Flintstone drink those or something? I mean, I don't know where I've heard of these, but I've always known of this.
Was it like I Love Lucy or something?
I don't know.
Like
it's that era. But ladies and gentlemen, we're making a Harvey Wallbanger.
Harvey Wallbanger.
Yes. It's funny.
So
I thought it would be more old-timey. I don't know any history on the Harvey Wallbanger.
But this was the first drink that you got drunk and like sick off of, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, no, it was that night. Okay, quick story. I didn't drink till I was 21. So one night I was 21. I started at
one night.
Sagebrush Cantina out in Calabasas, California. And I was drinking anything. Like, hey, give me a mudslide. 21. Give me a Harvey Wallbanger. Whatever I could think of. I'm like, I'm 21. It's 1998, I mean, it's whatever I can. Kidding, it wasn't 1998. So I was just doing whatever, and then by the time we got to the pool hall, I spent the entire time out in the parking lot throwing up. So,
aww, that's a cute story.
Yeah, but
let's have one.
Well, I was just doing anything. So anything. It's what basically when I looked this up, I thought, well, all it is basically a what do they call it?
Screwdriver.
A screwdriver with Galliano in it. That's really all it is. It's a shot.
And vodka. Screwdriver is tequila.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
It's vodka?
What?
Oh, really? Duh.
We're professionals here on Pub Crawl.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. When I first started drinking, I just mixed everything, so I got confused. That's all right. That's a tequila sunset. That's even still wrong.
No, you're right, though, but that's tequila,
and orange
juice and grenadine.
That's right.
It's sunrise, not sunset. So I'm doing 1.5 ounces of vodka, even though it said 1 ounce, but you know us, we like to roll a little heavy.
Go a little heavy. So 1 ounce
That's really
vodka.
not much when you think about it. It's a shot.
1/2 ounce of Galliano.
So it'll be a little more than 1/2 ounce, but not quite a full ounce.
Did you figure out what's in Galliano?
No, it's some kind of elderflower. It's not elderflower, though, but I think it's some kind of it's herbal. It's like a yellow Jägermeister. That's the way I kind of like to describe it.
Let me see the bottle.
There's nothing. It's in Hollandish. Is that Dutch?
It's in Hollandish. I don't know.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hope we like it because we're almost out of orange juice. All right, that's it. That's all there is to it. That's a Harvey Wallbanger.
So that was 4 ounces of orange juice.
It wasn't quite.
If you're listening on the radio.
Right. If you're listening. There you
If
go.
you're listening.
I really like it. It's kind of like a, what do they call that? Screwdriver with kind of a little more of a, like a herbal edge. I like it. I can see why.
It's very tasty.
Yeah. Give us a drunk term.
Okay, this week's drunk term is flip wire. So that is the thin, fuzzy line between buzzed and hammered.
Oh.
So if you turn your flip wire across the flip wire, it's over.
We like to live in that zone.
Yes.
Yes.
If you like to skirt that little zone right there.
Exactly. Well, anyway, let's get down to some business, right?
Right.
Do a little bit of station ID.
Sure.
Come back with the pub crawl adventure.
I'm excited.
You know, one of the things I like best about the Vegas Video Network are the people. There are no divas here. Everyone is exactly the same off camera as they are on.
Hey guys, what's cocktail of the week this week?
You know what? I'll let you know what it is when it's time for you to know what it is. Why don't you get off the stage and get back in your production hole? Oh my God. You know what? And tell cheap-ass Whitney to get us some decent brand liquor. This hobo off-ramp crap ain't cutting it. God, idiots.
Totally.
Anyway, you know what?
And we're back.
It is. And you know, it always reminds me to thank the staff and how nice everybody is here.
Everybody's so sweet here.
Yeah.
Talking about.
So, we're done with that page. Now, you know what? We started off this week. We actually had planned this ahead of time because I had a Groupon. Gotta love Groupon. Who was I talking to that didn't know what a Groupon was? I'm like, how do you not know what Groupon? Have you heard of the internet?
I don't know.
So we had a Groupon for Rock and Rita's at Circus Circus, and it was one of those 20 for 50. I always like the ones that are less than half. You know what I mean? 25 for 50.
So you're getting more of a deal.
Right. You know what? It wasn't even that. It was 15 for 30. Now that I think about it, which is half.
But if you're trying a new place, might as well.
Right. So I thought, well, let's try that. We've been there before, but never when it was happening. So this is the place in Circus Circus. It's owned by the people who own Kahunaville at Treasure Island, TI. That's a huge professional flair bar. What I mean by that is, you know, all the Caesars people, they do flair bartenders. It's the flipping the bottles, Tom Cruise style. But this is world class.
Yeah, these are all competition flair guys.
To be honest, I don't give a crap, really, like how good they are. I don't care if it's the guy doing or the guy doing it really well. Either way.
I was pretty impressed.
There was a
with
few
guys.
times, for the first time ever, I was like, okay, that was pretty good. Like, they were throwing stuff back and forth. But they were, okay, anyway, we'll get to that. So we go to Rock and Rita's. Now, it's in Circus Circus, and it's kind of the main attraction now at Circus Circus if you're not a child. It's like the bar. It's big. There's 3 bars in it. There's a bus bar, which you just saw on the website. There's another one that's just kind of a big kegger bar, and you sit on kegs. And then there's the main restaurant. There's a bar in that, too.
Which I've never seen open. And we went in the evening.
We went on a Saturday night.
evening, and the bar still wasn't open in the restaurant.
But there were lots of people there. So we went down, sat at a table, which we normally don't do, but the bar wasn't open. And we got a really good meal. I was kind of impressed. We got brisket. Well, we just got one meal and split
Yeah, we
it.
just split it. We got the brisket and the mac and cheese.
That had ham in it.
It was good. It's really good.
That was really, really good.
And, and the fries, they were shoestring fries, and they were really tasty.
Yeah, so I got to say, the food was really good. The mac and cheese told the show because it had ham in it. Pork in your, okay.
And they had, 2-for-1 Coors?
Yeah, so we got 4 Coors and that. And actually, they cut us, I think, a deal because our bill was like a little over what it was for the Groupon, and they just said,
it really wasn't too bad.
No.
Service was good.
Service was great.
Oh, and they had a band also.
It was going to happen.
They were setting up.
Right. There's a big stage there. But mainly, we was like, okay, let's try the food. Food was great.
And it's actually, even without the Groupon, it's really not that expensive.
Well, it would have been $40. It would have been $41.
Not much bad for barbecue.
Yeah, but we got 1 plate and split it, and 4 beers and split them. And so actually not too bad. So anyway, that was all done. We got some food in our bellies and went upstairs to the big bar. And
but a little thing about using your Groupon. There's no service at all
in Circus.
In Circus. You have to actually walk outside, get your group on, and either just write the numbers down and come back in and talk to the server, or you got to take a screenshot. Otherwise, you're just sitting there forever and waiting for the thing to.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. I had to get it out.
Of course, it might be AT&T. That sucks.
This episode of Pub Crawl brought to you by AT&T.
Ugh. Contract's up in October. Yay!
Hello, Verizon.
Hello.
So anyway, that was kind of an issue. So anyway, we went up, and you know what? We saw the circus for once. But just side note.
That was really good.
I got to say, holy crap. Now, we might have had a few beers, but I was like, you know what? Those chicks ain't bad. Like, we went over to the one little side area, and they were doing the trapeze act. There was lots of people there, and everybody was stopping underneath. And they were good.
All I could think of was that Fear and Loathing. Remember when they were walking through Circus?
Oh,
and
they
like
the
little like poodle and like that little Wolverine thing or whatever that was. Like,
poodle, yeah. But no, the actually the circus was not bad.
They were good.
And I just like that they got like the band.
Yeah.
Bam! They would do like the bams on like when they would catch, and then it was cheesy but totally okay. I was all right with it. And so we went.
I like the circus.
Yeah. So then we went to the main bar, the big. It looks like a big truck, like a tour bus, and it's opened up, or a trailer, and it's all kinds of stuff going on. It wasn't very packed when we sat down. And tell us a little bit about the drinks. It's 2-for-1 specials Okay, first off, Margarita's open 24 hours, which is cool. The outside bars are anyway. They have gaming there, so that's not bad.
So many notes this week.
Oh,
Shuffle.
I was working.
Shuffle. Okay. Rockin' 2-for-1 specials. Some Monday it's Bud Light bottles. Tuesday, Coors Light. Wednesday, Dos Equis. These are all beers. Yeah. Thursday, PBR. Friday, Coors. Saturday's Corona. And Saturday's Margaritas. Right. Which was always the best
thing.
And
Sunday's Bud Light again. So we must have been there on a Friday because it was Corona. We were doing 2-for-1 Coronas.
Yeah, normally well drinks are $5.75, calls are $6.75, and premium $7.75.
That's not bad.
What is a super premium?
I don't know.
Well, those are $8.75, whatever those are.
Forget those.
Yeah.
Actually, but a well drink for $5.75. Come on, that ain't bad. Really? On the strip?
Yeah, $1 upcharge for up rocks.
Yeah, I don't know what that means because I was getting.
It means less ice, I guess.
Now they do have a crazy, ridiculous, and I would go so far as to call them stupid, mega drinks. These crazy.
Oh, God,
the one comes in a toilet, and I'm not kidding. It's a big plastic toilet.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Well, it looks like a training toilet for a baby. That's what I think is what it was, and they fill it with your booze of choice, your well drink of choice, or whatever punch they made.
It's 48 ounces.
And it's $30, which isn't bad.
Well,
if you don't mind being seen drinking out of a toilet.
We watched a guy, a really, really big guy. This guy's like 6'5", huge guy.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, the toilet. But he ordered something. It was just like straight booze in that thing, and it was the color of like diarrhea.
Oh.
It was like nasty. Ugh. And he was just walking around the casino with it. It's like, dude.
Well, but you can get. It's almost the same thing. In fact, it's. The bucket's 150 ounces. Okay, that's ridiculous. It's 150 ounces.
It's an ice bucket, isn't it?
It's the bucket you get like a bucket of beers in. You know those buckets, and they usually put like 6 beers in it.
Yeah, here they have in the pitcher 4 straws in there, but I don't know.
Yeah, you would need it, but that's an ice bucket full of booze. So they have a lot of that kind of crazy stuff. But anyway, so we sit down.
150 ounces. They also got the Super Margarita, which we saw people. That's 16 ounces, and that's only $11. So that's
not bad.
That's not
so
bad.
We sat at the bar. The guy next to us was one of the bartenders who just got off. So he was talking to us. We're actually having a really good time. And then they give everybody one of these, the shaker thing. Everybody. And
everybody.
By the way, it's a metal bar. So they get everybody, like you imagine 50 people all banging on the bar with that. And then
everybody's banging for shots.
Right, and they go out with shots, and they're throwing things. I mean, it actually,
it was really fun.
For that lame kind of thing, I got to say it was good. I was thoroughly entertained. Everybody was having a blast. They're pouring the shots in your mouth. It was really good. The guys were flinging water everywhere and throwing because these guys are
throwing ice. They're taking the ice scoop and just throwing ice.
If you go to the website, it lists the bartenders by name. These are serious flair
they'll
guys.
Travel around and go.
And they do things where they're trading back and forth. I mean, it was insane. I got to say, pretty fun. Now, remember this for the next place we talk about because I'm saying this is totally dorky totally fun.
Are we moving on already?
Not yet. Okay. I'm just saying this is like a kind of a dorky tourist trap. But great. I would put it maybe not on par with Margaritaville, but very much like that. Like it's very touristy, goofy, fun, people on stilts, and hey, how you doing? But dirty and fun, which is key, because it was dirty and fun. You got a picture of the bar.
Oh, this is the bar after that whole Blair episode.
There's games there, but I would want to play those games because this bar is a disaster.
Okay, so see all of those napkins. So right in front of our cups right there. The guy was actually lining up all the plastic cups where they pour, like 6 shots.
Oh yeah.
Where they pour and you get like streams of shots, and he like missed all the cups and it just splashed all over the bar.
I was afraid to touch the game. It's like there's an electronic device right here, and there's like an inch of water.
I grabbed my purse and stuck it under because it was white. I'm like
Yeah,
it was blue crap on it.
But that was the fun of it.
It was fun.
I gotta say, it was totally fun. We were there. We sat right there in the middle of it, like. Yay! People were jumping, and it was like girls yelling.
Like you might get dirty when you go there.
Yeah, it's kind of exactly. So, but I gotta say though, remember this.
It was fun.
Dorky fun, but dirty and real.
And if you want to pick up some really drunk chicks,
that's not a bad place.
Oh my God, those girls were wasted.
Okay, that's the best advice I think you've ever given on the show, and I've never heard you say that. But it just occurred to me. It all came together when you said that.
The blonde.
Think of who stays there.
That's right.
People on a budget. Real people. Folks, right? Where are they going to go party? There. Okay, you're not going to deal with the hoity-toities there. These are regular people. Maybe you can get a little drunky on, and you can...
How do they look?
Well, let's not go into that. But
they look okay.
They don't have to go there. Like but they were all right.
People are people. Come on.
Yeah, if I was, with the boys, we were out, and well, maybe it's not up to my standards, but I mean, for you. You the viewer, No, I'm kidding. No, they were totally doable. You wouldn't want to hang out with them all weekend, No, it'd be like that situation at Gillies with the guys
that guy ditched that chick at the
bar. You got to get after a while.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like coyote bad. You got to chew your own arm off to get away, but.
All right, just have a couple drinks and you won't even care about it the way she looks anyway.
But no, totally fun, totally nerdy, dorky, touristy, totally fun. Completely worth it. Prices are great.
Food is good.
Food is great. So I was thoroughly impressed. I got to say, the last 2 times we've been to Circus, we've had a blast. Amazingly. Had a blast the last 2 times we've been.
Because you have to set out for Circus. You can't, you've got to...
You don't accidentally end up
wrap
there.
your mind around that and go in there with that mindset and just enjoy the circus.
Right.
Have a toilet bowl.
Yeah, to drink a toilet bowl on us. So speaking of that, so we... On the same lines, opened this week, or should we continue the night?
I think you should switch to...
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so...
Switch gears.
So it just opened. They had their soft opening a couple weeks ago, but Carlos and Charlie's at the Flamingo just opened. And that's at the Flamingo right there where... it's where the sportsbook used to be. You can't miss it.
It's huge.
Huge. It's one of the best locations, I think, in Las Vegas. Because it sticks out into the pool area. It's right next to Sin City Brewery. Mm-hmm. And it is the perfect example of the exact opposite of Rockin' Rita's. This place is touristy, dorky, and lame. And it's just lame. It's lame. We're going to try it again. But let's go into it.
First impressions.
First impressions,
we were excited. We were so excited. We're like,
we could not wait.
I can't wait.
We walked in, and I said to you, and now I think you looked up the answer. What's Spanish for Friday?
Viernes.
Viernes. All right. It's TGI Viernes. It's Fridays in it's TGI Fridays in Mexico. In fact, that's the first thing I said.
It is so clean. It's so corporate. You walk in, there's this little gift store like, oh, crazy! I can get a crazy shirt and a crazy hat.
I know, but it's so Fridays that it's even the same decor except they're green and white instead of red and white. I think it's owned by Fridays, and I'm not kidding. I think that's who owns this because it looks like that. It's got the chairs hanging from the ceiling, that same kind of crazy decor and flair.
But somebody might ask us, I'm sure, why we hate this place, but we like Margaritaville because that's another
let's
spot.
Let's delve into that.
And,
let's lay on the couch and figure this out. Let us do that. Because we thought the same thing. Because we walk in and it's really dull crowd on the inside, like very
Very subdued.
So we go out to the outside bar, which is killer. I mean,
it's really nice.
So you're outside.
It smells so new.
Oh,
it smells
and
like
you're outside
rubber.
and you're out on that lawn area where the fountains are. Out in the flamingos.
It's a deck. It's really nice.
It's beautiful. The bartender's really nice, but hey, they all have squirt guns and they squirt each other because they're crazy. They're wild. It's like lame. It's so lame and forced.
It's so forced.
It's so forced. They all have these little squirt guns and they'll squirt you. Oh.
Like,
and they squirt the other bartender, and they're like, "Just stop it." I mean,
well,
it's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's just super corporate, and it's so bad. It's like anyway. So what really killed?
But people were having fun.
The people, yeah, but they were making their own dirty fun and doing like they got those big beers.
They were doing like body shots off of that big beer thing.
Right, they were kind of doing that, but everybody else was older, looked a very Travel Channel crowd. Like, what's her name? Samantha Brown.
Samantha Brown.
Very Samantha Brown. Like, oh, this place is so charming, honey. Oh, look, they have squirt guns. That's so wild. It was literally Girls Gone Mild is what this was. It was so, it's so charming, honey, how they squirt with they got it on me. That's so funny. Lame. Anyway, and
so tell me about the food.
Okay. First off, the prices were the only thing shocking about the entire place. They were a friggin' fortune.
Yeah.
I have never seen.
Was it like $3.50 for chips and salsa?
$5 for
was it
chips.
$5?
It was $4.95.
And they give you like a little bag with a little bit of chips, and
they give you a bag.
A bag.
They're crazy.
Because they're portion controlled.
Right, but it's crazy. It's like a takeout. Get it?
And then they give you just a little tiny thing of salsa. Come on, we're used to like bottomless chips and salsa. Give it to us.
Well, you know us and chips and salsa.
Yeah, we're kind of
$5, not bottomless.
That put us off.
We got 2 Dos Equis. We got nachos, didn't we? Did we get nachos?
No, we got a quesadilla.
We got a quesadilla that had beans in it. You know what beans in a quesadilla means?
Filler.
Exactly. I'm like, you jerks. You put beans in your quesadilla.
It was good though.
But it wasn't that good. You put beans in a quesadilla, you're cheating. That is completely cheap shot. And our bill was $49.
How much was the beer? One beer.
$8 a pop.
For beer.
Dos Equis.
There's no specials, no happy hours.
Nothing ever. I'm like, okay.
But this is their soft opening. They have
Right. We'll give them another chance. And you know us, we have many a time went in and raked the place and then went back and went, all right, it's pretty good. But the first thing I said when I walked in, I went, okay, I'm using Ira's great line, but changing it up. Diablo's is not going to lose any sleep over this place because Diablo's at Monte Carlo, which is our favorite cantina.
It's also expensive, but they have drink specials. I mean,
yeah,
the
their beers are
pricey.
$5, which is a little, but it's better than $8. But Diablo's, as I said when we were there, Diablo's looks like a whorehouse in Mexico. They designed it that way. With they had the corrugated metal everywhere. They had the Wheel of Sin. They have all the T-shirts say like "Good girls eat the worm" and all that. It's got that flames everywhere.
It's got a better vibe.
Yeah, and I said when we were there, I go, Diablo's is like a whorehouse in Mexico. That design. This is like a Fridays in Mexico. They're trying to be crazy, but it comes off like a Fridays.
So maybe some people might like that. People with families, they can go in there and hang out.
You're right, because Diablo's gets a little dicey. Not dicey, but like a little racy. Like some of the statements that they say, and on the shirts and everything. Their logo for Diablo's is a big naked devil chick. I mean, that's their logo.
She's wearing a bikini.
Well, now, funny enough, though, we were talking to the bartender who was really nice and really cool.
The staff was very nice.
Another thing we learned, it's union, which explains why the girls at Diablo's are hot and the girls at this place were not, because Diablo's is Angel Management, used to be Light Group. They can hire whoever they want. They go, I'm sure the casting call for that is like, who's got this, and you're hired, and you're not. And I'm sure that's exactly what, and this place had no choice. It's union. So that was a big, big, big thing that stuck out. Oh, chat room.
Krusty Old Fossil Rock on the chat wants to know, at Carlos and Charlie's, were they forced to wear flair, like patches on their sleeves and stuff?
They did have stuff. It wasn't that bad. But they had that kind of vibe.
They were more just like the T-shirts that said crazy things, or.
But because they were just wearing. But they had I don't know. It's hard to explain. That they rolled up their shirts and they were trying to be cool and hip. But here's what killed us. We wanted to cry. We're there and going, okay, this is kind of mild. And it was like, well, you know what? At least Senior Frogs is opening at TI, and that's going to be
because,
cool.
Because, so we've been excited because this was going to open and then Senior Frogs. So
right,
we're
so
like,
we were talking to the bartender.
Cantinas.
And he's like, oh, he overheard us. Oh, Senior Frogs? Same company.
We're like,
oh.
No. Damn.
Man, it's the same company. It's like, so it's going to be Girls Gone Mild over at TI now, too.
So then we got into conversation with him. He was telling us more about the two and the differences between them.
Right. It's going to be, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's going to be subtle, but what we do know is Senior Frogs that is opening at TI, which is actually open. I got a tweet today, said, surprise, they're open. It was kind of like, they were going to open on Cinco de Mayo, but they're open now. Mm-hmm. They're supposed to be a younger crowd than Carlos and Charlie's.
Yeah, with the Carlos and Charlie's, what did he say? It was like a 30s to 40s, where Senior Frogs is going to be 20s to 30s.
I think that's what he meant to say, but what he said was, well, this place is like 21 to 30, and that place is going to be like 18 to 21. I'm like, well, you better hope not, because you can't drink at 18. That's what he said. I don't know. So I know it's not what he meant.
The younger crowd.
Right, but he said, like, this place, Carlos and Charlie's, you're asked if you want to be a part of the fun, as they call it.
Can I squirt you?
Yeah.
Squirt.
There, you're not going to ask. It's just going to be crazy.
Right, Carlos and Charlie's has a DJ. Senior Frogs is going to have a live band.
Right, and like, if you dance, like here they'll ask if you want to get up and dance on the bar. There, you just got to get up and dance, that kind of thing. But we think of a lot of places there's a lot of these type of places. Diablo's being the one that sticks out. What's the other one? Songs. A lot of these places that Pig Taco, they have that kind of vibe, that party vibe, but it's more spontaneous. It's not so.
Well, what are some of the places where they make you interact? Is Dick's?
Dick's
kind of.
But Dick's works. Though. Oh, no, Dick's is a good example of a place we hated when we first went, though,
right.
And now we like it. So I'm saying we might go back and like it. I don't think I'm ever going to like their prices, though, ever. That is outrageous.
Well,
the quesadilla was.
At least you have to give you like a drink to at least make you feel like you're getting something.
It was a $16 chip quesadilla, $5 chips and salsa, and $8 beers. You're at $50, and we had to go eat.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's not cool.
Kind of a ripoff.
So we'll go back, but the initial checkout, that's what we do for you guys. We go in initially when they first open and check it out, and I was not impressed.
Yeah, well, I mean, go and see if you have a different experience. But
as we were walking up the escalator to the parking lot at Flamingo, if we would have went to Margaritaville in the same hotel, we'd be drunk and full. And right now we're neither, right. And we spent way more than we would have spent at Margaritaville. Because Margaritaville, we'd have got 2 perfect margaritas, nachos, and we'd have been
nachos and then done.
And we'd have been smashed and drunk and happy, and everything would have been great with the world. But instead, we're like, ugh. So anyway, so that night, the reason I had to maintain was that night I had a gig. And I had a gig at a place that I've never been to, and I'm embarrassed to say we've never been there.
We've been wanting to go, but I didn't even really know where it was. I thought it was somewhere completely different.
I knew it was downtown. You were like, oh, it's out in Boulder City?
I thought it was way out there, because we've been all over downtown before, and I've never seen it.
It's East Fremont. It's the bunkhouse. World famous bunkhouse. It's on Fremont and 11th. So if you know where the Western was, by the way, rumor had it the Western closed. We talked about the scariest place in Vegas. It's gone.
Right, the place that you get raped if you go there.
Right, the place, so I wasn't taking you because I don't want to watch you get raped.
Right.
And so it's gone. So that fear is over. So it's on East Fremont. It's on 11th and Fremont. I was so impressed with this place. You walk in, it is a dive, punk rock, just heaven, right?
Country.
First off, the parking lot across the street is full of literally 200 kids drinking. I've never seen a dirtier parking lot in my life.
Well, we were pulling in the parking lot because you were going to unload your gear, and there's this kid just puking all over.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's punk rock.
Like right when we're pulling up, I'm like, this place rocks.
No, yeah, it really did. And there was like cases of beer everywhere. It was like literally like that.
It's like a party. It's like,
no, you know what? It reminded me of was it Genco? No, what's the mark? You had to be a member when you were a kid. Your dad, I think, was a member of Fed.
Gemco?
Was it Gemco or Genco? Something like that, right? Or Fedco, whatever it was.
Oh, Fedco?
But it wasn't Fedco. It was Genco. Anyway, we used to go to that parking lot on Friday and Saturday nights when I was in my teens, and you'd find out where the parties were. You just all go there. You'd be like 1,000 people, and like party at Marshall's house, woo! And we get a drink, get our Southern Comfort, and and do our thing. And this looked just like that. It was just a bunch of kids, but I guess they weren't kids because they were all drinking, and of course no one would drink underage.
No.
So okay, that's what we initially put in the parking lot across the street. It's not even their parking lot. It's just the closest parking lot. We go into this place. It's bunkhouse, so it's all country, but like old country, like cool, like this. But it's a
really nice layout. I like the stages in the corner. Then you got like
taxidermy everywhere.
So cool. I love taxidermy.
Yeah. That's the corner of the stages. You can see there's like a deer head up. So I'm playing back in the back. You see the deer head up in there. I mean, it was great. So we go in there. We get a bunch of drink tickets. They're like, hey, the great guy that works there, Dennis, who reminded me a lot of Hunter Heligus.
He did.
From Vegas, maybe. He's like a younger, like a littler version of him. Looked just like, we're like, oh, I already liked him immediately. But, hey, he's like a guy we know. Really nice guy. Gives us a bunch of drink tickets and said, have fun. We go around the back. Drinks were dirt cheap anyway. I think we bought one. I think they were $3. I mean,
they were cheap, and there was free food.
Okay,
and this is not the only time this happened. I talked to a friend at work,
right,
and I'm just talking about last weekend. And he said that, oh yeah, I went there a couple weeks ago, and they had a barbecue out front. They were like barbecuing all sorts of meat, and it was free.
Well, no, that's what I got out of it was those ladies show up all the time. Now they have a kitchen, they have an actual full kitchen, they have pizza and whatever. But on these big event nights, like Saturday night when this was, they did a 4-course meal. Now 4-course punk rock meal. So basically, at 10 o'clock. It was pancakes, plain and blueberry.
Blueberry pancakes.
So they had 2 big things of free pancakes.
And a big, like, oh, you were getting grossed out with me because they also had like a vegetable platter. So I was eating vegetables with my pancakes.
Well, no, and everybody at the bar everybody was shocked. You had tomatoes on your pancakes.
They're good, it's good.
And I'm like, she cooks like that too. And
I like it.
The guys next to me were like, "Are those tomatoes on your pancakes?" You're like, "Yeah."
Well, they were just on the side. They weren't like.
They were covered in syrup.
No, they were not. No, they were not.
Get me the heebie-jeebies. Anyway, so okay, the first course was pancakes, and everybody was eating them. It's like you get a paper plate, a styrofoam plate. You get your pancakes, put syrup, and then lunch came out at 11, and that was mini corn dogs.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, mini corn dogs and pizza rolls, and all the whole time, and nachos.
And nachos.
It was like I don't remember what dinner was because we didn't. I think we had to split.
I was full after lunch.
And they were having a dessert course at like 1.
Yeah.
They just do that, and it's just free, and it's just it was $5 to get in, but you got cheap drinks and free. The place was.
You can't beat it.
Killer. I was so impressed. Bunkhouse, absolutely on our list of places that we will. It's a little further down than you're used to going. If you know Fremont. Mm-hmm. You go to like Beauty Bar and Griffin and all those.
It's a little beyond
You probably don't want to walk to 11th because the furthest you go at about where the Cuban restaurant is, right past all that by
Mama
insert
Ita's?
coins and all that. Yeah, Mama Ita's. That's 3rd or 4th. This is up to 11th, so you're actually quite a few blocks up. But it's so worth it.
You're entering into zombie territory at that point.
Yeah, in between there's a little dicey, but it's oh my God, it was so good. Bunkhouse. Great. So, I think that was it. So we had Margaritas. Totally surprised how awesome it was. Carl and Jolie totally surprised on how underwhelming that was.
Right.
We'll try it again though. Let's wait till it has its full official opening.
And I think we should go at night.
Yeah, because if everybody's having a good time.
And they were saying everybody gets even the bartenders all get up and dance on the bar, so that might be entertaining.
But I'm assuming they're like, oh, it's time to get up and dance on the bar.
Dance.
Yeah. So anyway, but I don't mean to talk smack. We'll go back. We'll try it again.
We'll try it again.
Initial plans, wait for us to go back. Don't come out here special just for that place. You'll be disappointed. And then Bunkhouse stole the show. Great Fremont Street.
It's awesome.
So it's great being here. Anyway, that's enough from us. Let's hear from you. Segment called Last Call. No, I'm sorry. Hey, bartender. Get heat
Harvey
stroke.
Wallbanger is just killing me.
Oh, I got heat stroke. It's hot. It's not hot. In fact, it's raining outside. It's humid.
It's overheating.
Let's talk about the weather.
Let's do that. That's very exciting.
Better than that, let's talk about a great email we got that I am so excited to get to this because
Okay.
I don't have an answer. We just got it today, like right now.
Yeah, it's handwritten because
we didn't put it on the notes.
Okay, this one's from Doug. What was the strangest drink you've each ever tried and finished?
Okay, there's a 2-part question, but that's part 1.
Yes.
Strangest?
And the next is strongest.
Okay.
Everyone can finish.
Now, strangest, I got to say, I'm not proud of this. I made it myself. You made one even worse.
Oh, that. Ugh.
I was a you can watch this on episode 3 or 4 of Pub Crawl. For me, was that bullshot.
Mine was the strangest, but I don't think he's really asking the question of like something that I made up, because my root beer and gin is pretty gross.
That was gross. But the bullshot was terrible for me personally. That was the
mine,
worst.
the pisky wickle, because I love pickles and I love whiskey.
You'd think.
But I didn't really love
you
that.
Also
and I
like tomatoes,
and I finished it.
And you like pancakes.
So
I wouldn't have tomato pancakes. I'd have a potato pancake.
It's a fruit, tomato.
It's got seeds on the inside, grows on a tree. But it doesn't mean it would make a good pancake. So that was the strangest for me is the bullshot. Out and about, I've never had anything that I thought was that strange.
You know what? I think that thinking about it, the mezcal's pretty weird. Or that pachuga. That's kind of weird.
Oh, the chicken mezcal. But yeah, but that's great.
No, it's tasty, but he's saying strange.
Oh, strangest. Yeah, pachuga.
So there's
mezcal.
a couple, but.
Now, strongest though?
Yeah, strongest. So.
Well, you know what's funny? We did a little show prep. It's hard to get stronger than an Ultimate Margarita at Margaritaville.
A perfect margarita.
Perfect, yeah. That is literally one of the strongest drinks I've ever had in my life. But I would have to say, the old Star Trek experience had the Warp Core Breach. And I've got a picture each of us had a mini each.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, I think it has 12 ounces of rum in it. That means we're drinking basically a soda can just full of rum. Each.
Over like an hour.
Well, we used to get dry and cracky and gray and sweaty. Remember, we used to get all sweaty, and we'd go lay down after we'd have one of those. Like that was the day we got kicked out of the Hilton because we just fell asleep on the bench.
Right, we were sleeping like hobos on the bench outside. They're like, you can't sleep there.
And I'm like, and I told the story before. We had our ticket, like our room keys.
But we're staying here.
They're like, they're like, we're like,
nice
we roll over and like, yeah, but we're staying here. He's like, yeah. Sir, you're outside on the bench. I'm like, oh.
This is also like what, 7 years ago?
Something like that.
8 years ago.
Oh, we always got gray and sweaty. Like, oh my God, I don't have any color. Like,
and now I always call that like remember the SpongeBob the movie?
Yeah.
When him and Patrick are eating a bunch of ice cream or.
Oh, they get overdosed on.
On
Goofy Goober.
Goofy Goobers. Right. Their eyes get really small.
So that's the strongest drink I've ever had. And finished. The
strongest drink I've ever had and finished. I mean, but you don't think a hurricane in New Orleans?
I don't know how much booze is in that.
A lot.
I know there's a lot of sugar.
A lot.
I know it gets. Oh, I didn't finish it. Dang it.
But we didn't finish it, okay? When we went to the Absinthe
the show at Caesar's Palace.
When they have the Absinthe Garden open, you get couple of those drinks, and there was like
I didn't finish it.
We couldn't even drink them. They're good, but they're just like half absinthe.
Well, I don't want the night to end in 4 minutes, so I put it down. I'm like, the night is gonna end really fast if I keep this up.
Yeah,
so
there's some pretty strong drinks out there.
But I watched him make it. He took that Lucid Absinthe and made it like a drink. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait. So we took it. We walked around for a while, and I actually just set it aside. But I didn't finish it. Didn't count. I thought to myself, if I finish this, it was daylight. I was like, okay, it's
You're gonna be gray and laying on a bench.
Yeah, it's like 7:00 p.m. By 9, I'm gonna be either throwing up or wanting to go home, or it's gonna be bad. So I put it down, but I didn't finish it.
Wow.
But
that was a really good question.
It was. Speaking of that, we got a chat room.
Question here from Bob Scott online. He wants to know if you guys have anything lined up for this first Friday upcoming. And then a second question is, Crusty Old Fossil Rocker wants to know, why don't you guys do a Warp Core Breach?
Well, we would. The problem is we do Warp Core Breaches at parties. The problem is there's literally 8 types of rum. So I'd have to bring 8 bottles of different types of rum. Now, you could actually just mix them into one, and then pour it with the Sobe and make it. We could do that, but we'd have to make it all ahead of time because it's just too many bottles.
But I think the whole experience is us making it so they could see all the different.
I know. We'd have to film it at home and then bring it or something because it's just too many ingredients. Now, and for First Friday.
We'll need some volunteers to come with us to help carry all the booze.
Right. For First Friday, which is the 4th, that's the day before Cinco de Mayo, Got nothing on Friday.
Saturday. But Saturday, Cinco de Mayo, we're doing the Lee's Discount Liquor LVH Beer and Tequila Tasting Festival.
Yes, that's going to be crazy.
I'm
But yeah, for Friday, got nothing on the 4th.
No.
But
Nothing
speaking
planned.
of that, I do know there might be something this week, so let's get to our next segment, and I'll talk about it. Oh, I think a little segment called, now this is officially called Last Call. Last Call. This is where you find out, if you're paying attention, how to not get knocked out, knocked up, like someone in the studio audience, thrown out, throw up, or thrown in jail in Las Vegas. Someone wasn't listening to me. And it ended up with the best of the 5. Because, I mean, if I had to pick, knocked up, thrown out, throw up, thrown in jail. I think I picked throw up. Never mind. Now that I think about it. And actually, with knocked up, I think you do throw up. So I think it's kind of a double. And I'm sure you get knocked out a few times. Exhaustion.
Not like knocked out.
No, not like kicked down a flight of stairs, knocked out. I mean.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Why? Why do you ask? Why do you say that? Anyway,
no
this is kind of, this story has such a good beginning and such not a good ending. Because something coming up on the 28th, which is this particular Saturday. Now, this particular Saturday, this is how it is to be Dave and Alicia, just to give you a little bit of a heads up. Friday, what's Friday? I'm playing, right?
Where are you playing?
Vamped. I'm playing on Friday. Okay, so that's taken care of. And then usually we go do something after, like the bunkhouse thing. I played, and we went to the Copa room. So I'm playing Friday, but Saturday is the Boulder City Rent Fair. Okay, whatever. We might be able to go to that, or we will go on Sunday, whatever. Either way, no pressure. But we want to go to, we got tickets for Weird Al at Prim, at State Line. We got to go see Weird Al Yankovic, right?
Right, house seats, they were free.
They're free seats, right? And we got to go, because I said we're going. But here's another problem. Look what's happening from 12 to 4 p.m. on the 28th, on Saturday. What is it? Let me know.
Where is it, though?
It's Johnny Rockers.
Oh, Tommy Rockers?
Tommy Rockers.
Okay. This is it a crawfish festival?
It's a crawfish boil. It's their 9th annual crawfish boil. It's something to do with LSU, which I don't know what that's all about. They have crawfish racing, face painting. Crawfish races?
What? No. There's not crawfish. There is.
There's a crawfish race.
I just saw this right now. I was like, what are you talking about?
Like, how we have to go to this.
Football throw, a crawfish race. Face painting.
But yeah, but wait, live crawfish flown in from Louisiana and cooked on site with corn and potatoes.
Do they race them and then cook them?
I hope so. Free beer and liquor from 12 to 4. Official LSU merchandise. Okay, whatever. Raffle and silent auction. Oh, that's USC, right?
Jambalaya cook-off?
Vendors, live music featuring Tommy Rocker and but that
Actually,
Pete.
Pete Contino.
We went and seen him specifically at East String one time.
Right.
He's great.
First saw him at a Cajun bar years ago.
Yep.
That's no longer around.
And children are here's the problem.
And Ian and Gino.
Right, but here's the problem. Children 12 are free, or under 12 are free. But people over 12, I have no idea. I've written them and I've gotten no response.
Children under 12 are free, and you may share your crawfish and your seat, plus free soda or water.
Right.
One child per paid ticket.
All proceeds to benefit Sin City Tiger Scholarship endorsement. Saturday, March 31st is the last day to buy tickets, or discount tickets. But
that sounds pretty cool.
I cannot find out how much it is.
So
I want to go.
We might be able to go.
We could go. We just got to go for lunch, and then we got to.
I want to see this crawfish race.
We just got to bust out about 5 because we got to, or 4 because we got to get to. Well, it only is till 4, right?
Yeah.
No, we leave at 4. Then we got to. Let me go and see. We got to be at Weird Al by 6.
Okay.
At Prim.
Got a plan.
So we're gonna go, unless it's $200. I don't know what it costs.
Okay, are you gonna cry?
No, I don't know. I want to go. I want to go so bad I can't stand it. Crawfish racing. And crawfish is one of our favorite things. We do happen to live in a city where there is no shortage of crawfish. Oddly enough, we're in the desert. We lived in L.A. We could not find crawfish to save our lives. L.A., California, not L.A., Louisiana.
They're out there.
There are a lot. You could find them real easy in L.A., Louisiana. But anyway, here, hot and juicy. There's a couple, but better than that, Craven Cajun. Damn.
Oh, they're all over.
And now, Tommy Rockers for the 9th annual crawfish boil.
I'm excited.
I am too. So I think we're going to try to go there. Unless it's a fortune, we're going to that Saturday.
That's right.
Then we're now Yankovic.
You got it.
All right. Thank you, live studio audience.
Thank you, live chat room.
Sorry. I don't know.
Yay!
I don't know why. Did someone boo that?
I thought I heard a boo earlier.
Oh, no, that couldn't have been. Maybe it was like Lou. You know, when there's like football players, like, yeah. There's like.
Maybe there's somebody in the live chat room that's called Lou.
Didn't
like, Lou.
Louis Anderson's got that gig? Like, doesn't people go, Lou, when he comes out? That's one of his jokes. And his mom goes, "Are they booing you, honey?" And
is that
he's
me?
like,
Are
"Shut
they
up,
booing
Mom." Yeah, whatever. If you'd like to get a hold of us, there's several ways to do that.
How do you do that?
Well, first off, we can email us at pubcrawl@vegasvideonetwork.com. That's pubcrawl@vegasvideonetwork.com. I could use a towel because I'm so vapory.
You have the vapors. You're so delicate.
I know. It's hot. Look, my hair's not as fluffy. Well, yeah, it's not as fluffy.
So what were you going to say about the guy with the wettish hair?
Oh! Our singer at Bunkhouse. He's always got that perfectly wet hair.
I think it's called gel or something.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I don't know from this stuff. But it's like I always like that it's kind of always wet.
Why don't you ask him?
I would, but it sounds kind of like, I don't want to be like, "Hey, man, what do you put in your hair?" Come on. We're a little old for that. Like, you should just know. Then you're going to be like, "What, you biting my style?" It's like, "Well, yeah, I want to do my hair like yours." Like, that's nothing cool about that. So anyway, we're also on Twitter, the LV Locals. The whole network is Vegas Video Network. You can catch up on all our goings-on if you're on the Twitter.
There's the Roku.
Roku! They have HBO Go on Roku where you can watch Game of Thrones.
We have to figure ours out still.
I know we haven't figured it out yet. Well, we figured out a Roku just on our HBO Go password. What else we got? iTunes, YouTube, KSHP, 1400 AM every Saturday. On the right side of the webpage, if you're looking at it right now, which you are, you click the little button, you can start recording us a message right there.
Start recording.
Right. And I think that's about it, right?
That's it.
And iTunes, be sure to leave us a review. We're the #1 rated drinking Las Vegas podcast show on TV.
Brought to you this week by TGI Fridays.
Yes, by TGI Frentes or whatever.
What was that again? Hold on, I'm a pro now. TGI Viernes.
TGI Viernes. And remember, we do urge you to drink responsibly. And remember, we do not make stuff up, but we do leave stuff out. Until next week, cheers!